So this is a cop over there um, in Houston. And you see in the background there, she has the sort of half American, half Mexican flag. That's just showing like our background. Like she's half Mexican, half American, or whatever. Now that's cleared up. But anyway, she's a police officer. Now listen, you all know my stance about the police. I ain't no fan of them. Like purely just because I know that 90 to 95% of them wouldn't speak up like this woman is here, right? And I suppose she's only feeling compelled to speak up because once she spoke up the first time about that young girl, Jocelyn Nungare, who was a 12-year-old girl, and she was uh, accosted by two Venezuelan males. They took her under a bridge, they raped her, strangled her, and left her body there. Okay, 12-year-old girl, walking home from school. But this cop was highlighting it, right? Now that she's highlighting it, which this cop here must fall into the 5%, 5 to 8% of cops that aren't willing to just go along to get along. Do you know that way? Who aren't willing to just throw a blind eye to a 12-year-old girl being raped by two grown ass Venezuelan males who are probably in the country illegally, you know? But I suppose because she has children herself, it probably it probably struck a chord with her and made her. I can guarantee you that's what's making most of us stay true to our beliefs and what we believe is happening in the world is because we don't want to see what's happening to some kids around the world. We don't want to see that in our countries. Like, I'm sure the lefties and the NPCs deep down don't want that for children either. But you could say at the same time, all them lefties and the Rainbow Squad and all that, they actually want the children broomed, hint hint, uh, with the books and all that stuff, and over sexualizing them at such a young age. Like, I suppose you could say that. So, do they really care about children? You know what I mean? Do they really care about children? But anyway, let's go back to this cop here. Um, it turns out now, because she has been so outspoken about it, that there's certain males turning up at her gaff and trying to intimidate her. So let's have a little listen here for. I don't usually give cops time, but you know, she seems to actually care, you know, and the fact that she put that out there that she does care, she's coming under attack. Do you know? She's coming under attack. It's like it has me thinking now. Do the majority of uh, police personnel, do the majority of them not speak up at all about any incidents that happen in their areas that they're covering because they know that they will be intimidated when they're at home by certain groups of males? Because the males that come around to this woman's house, this cop's house, are white. Like it's a white dude. And he has loads of Mexicans with him or something. You know? Just trying to intimidate her. It's called gang stalking. And gang stalking is a very real thing. So it has me thinking, are the majority of the police stay ignorant because they don't want that happening to them? Even if in their head they're like, you know, I have to speak up about this because it's the children that are going to suffer. But it will outdo that and make them just shut up because they don't want shit on their doorstep. Do you know? Well, let's have a listen to Tammy here.
The first incident was them trying to drop off a bunch of mattresses by the name of someone starting with the C. Second incident was my son was home alone. They kicked in the door. My son called and said, Mom, there's a white guy here with a bunch of Mexicans, about 7 Mexicans, which my son thought they were Mexicans at the time, but we know who they were, um, saying they're gonna start bagging up all of our stuff in trash bags and throw it in his truck. So this man is ruthless. He is capable of doing anything. Um, he's not all innocent and sweet the way he makes himself seem on these videos. If he's capable of kicking in doors and stealing your things because he used to be a former Chicago police officer, as he commented in one of his videos, I guess he believes he's above the law and got pissed off when the sergeant told him he wasn't kicking us out. He had to go through the proper channels. And if you guys want to know how I obtained this house, I'll get to that in another video. So obviously I was extremely mad because everybody, I mean, I don't know if they keep trying to cover this up because I guess because of the election, but a lot of people know about Jocelyn from Houston, Texas, the 12-year-old that got essayed and unalived and left without clothing.
Like, even see the way, and I do it myself now because we can't even say certain words. Like, think about that. You can't even say certain words because of fear of what you're saying being taken down. Isn't it mad? Stop, 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 stop. Dog's barking at me. But it's just mad. Like, she has to, and I'm guilty of it myself because I've actually had videos taken down. You all know, like, TikTok's probably the worst in a sense that you can't even say NGOs on TikTok. Isn't that bad? You can't even type NGOs. Try it. Try put NGOs in a sentence on TikTok and see what happens. It doesn't even stay up 3 seconds because they have it programmed in. They have all these certain words programmed in to just remove your comment and say, that doesn't follow our community guidelines. What, saying 4 letters? NGOs. What a fucking clown world we're in at the moment, I swear to God. But see, she said the girl's name there, Jocelyn, and this woman is quite vocal about it. And the fact that she's vocal about it, she has all these gang stalkers. Like, she's a policewoman. She's a policewoman. And she has all these gang stalkers going around to our gaff when our son's at home on his own and all this. Very, very suspicious and dodgy times that we're living in. But I found it very interesting because yous all know I ain't a fan of the police. I ain't. Like, because I know that they're just an arm of the establishment. And even those within the police who seem somewhat good and speak up about the innocent children, they're getting targeted. Like, that's messed up. What sort of evil is running this world is what you really have to start asking yourself. We're ruled by pure evil.